Well, I promised to kick it off, and I'm not talking about football. Actually, we were talking about football, but that doesn't matter right now. Hi, Elsima, how are you tonight?
Well, could be better, could be worse. Ready to see some wonderful Zelda action on the screen in front of you.
And not just any wonderful Zelda action on the screen before us, but a preview of hype that is to come. The hype of the present, also the hype of the come, not to be confused with the hype of tournaments past. That's right, I said tournaments because we have got the 2022 Tournament Flags Showcase going on tonight. We are seeing, at least in race settings, for the first time, what is coming up for here. Also, you've tried these out. What have you thought so far?
So, I think these flags have something that newcomers and veterans are both going to enjoy because it's got a nice mix of like your first quest overworld, your shapes dungeons, your plus minus 2 HP, your regular easy start shuffle, and then on top of that, you have things like wood sword blocks and extra bosses and second quest rooms.
I think one of the potentials that this flag set really has is not necessarily what we'll see every time out there, but the potential of what can happen with them could really give us some variety as we go through.
So we're starting next to Vanilla Start, which means we can go to Vanilla Start very quickly to start looking at caves that aren't the ones that are at Start, even though we are technically looking at that. And oh, there's a level at Start.
It is, and no surprise that everybody's in it, and degrees of exploration will vary. A Lionel firing squad is probably not the best place to explore a staircase, but some gonna try.
I feel like the level is telling the runners to just leave.
I mean, obviously, if you had a wood boomerang, you could do this, but you can't take two hits here. So navigating that is challenging. Good question in chat is about Heart Shuffle. We do not have that turned on. But what I would like to bring up, Alsoa, is the idea of a little bit of strategy here. With those blocks, we know the Armos item is not going to be blocked. We do see the book on the coast, which is going to be our atlas under these flags. I feel like big priority is going to go for the Armos locations. What are you thinking on that?
I would agree. And I think one of the benefits that you have here of prioritizing the Armos is there's a much lower chance it's going to be a heart than if we had Heart Shuffle on. I think if we had Heart Shuffle on for this tournament, the Armos item would be a little bit more of a gamble to go for just because of the nature for hearts to show up. And Druid looks like he's doing some pattern manipulations to be able to get into that stair.
Well, if he can get it where he only takes one hit, he can get away with it. And he did!
And it's not even an item.
Transport staircase, which it was kind of inevitable with it being level 6.
Look, I'm just gonna...
That's unfortunate.
Unfortunate, but I'm imagining that's just gonna tell... Yeah, Druin's gonna leave.
Okay, so we've seen 2 of our 4 Armos locations, but no item yet. We have Graveyard still, and this will be the other one from Valkyr. And it's the Red Candle!
Oh boy! So get ready to find a decently high chance your wood sword is under a burn spot, because that's allowed. However, because we've seen wizards on the overworld already, that red candle may be enough to get through dungeons, which will allow the runners to potentially deprioritize the wooden sword a little bit.
The other thing that the red candle tells us is very low. Well, I mean, obviously there's always a high chance that one of the levels will be under a burn bush, but your chances go up a little bit. That red candle under these flags.
I'd also like to note it also slightly increases the chances that you'll pick up the magical sword because now you don't have to worry about taking a candle out of a heart cave.
I slightly disagree for this reason. No heart shuffle. You're just looking for staircases and dungeons. You're not looking for floor drops, so I think you're going to just naturally run into less heart containers.
Look, a 0.2% chance increase is still an increase.
How about $1 bombs? Or run
See-
rupee bombs even. That's better.
Yeah, $1 bombs would be 67 rupee bombs, and I don't know if you want that.
Is that the exchange rate?
It was somewhere around there. You know what? I'm actually gonna go check.
Okay, while you do that, Malkier found a heart, and Kathy found level 4. So we're getting a little dungeon exploration. Magic Friends has level 8, which is going to be a big priority dungeon with 2 possible items.
I have some unfortunate.
Has 2
sorry, go ahead. I have some unfortunate news, everyone. $1 is almost 75 rupees.
I was going to make an inflation joke, but I suppose technically that's deflation in our case? I don't know.
It means a candle in vanilla costs 80 cents.
Okay. So, bombs for truant. Kathy tried to get a Kanana key in that room, and it wasn't quite working out. Candle's not necessarily the best weapon to try and pull that off with. It can be a little uncooperative sometimes. Malkier, by the way, said, hey, about that Lyle firing squad room.
I have fire to apply to the firing squad. Therefore, I am the fire.
And I have this habit of nicknaming various things. When I say firing squad, I basically mean there's Lionels shooting their beams all over the place. But especially when it's a confined space like that, where you don't have room to work with.
I mean, to be fair, I agree with you, but sometimes I like to look at the very literal words that are spoken. No key for Malkier in this room. Everyone seems to have their red candle at this point.
Yeah, there was a lot of eastward movement, so no one went for Lost Hills, not Lost Hills, Death Mountain range area.
So, to counterbalance the fact that we have 1 rupee bombs, the large secret is 62.
Oh, there's the map.
Alright, everyone, let's play Name That Ink Blot. Ah!
It's crowd control Tetris.
It looks like the thing that you would see in an Atari game when it glitches out.
I'm sticking with crowd control Tetris because that's a new thing that they just came out with.
Wait, crowd control Tetris is actually a thing?
Yeah.
That sounds amazing.
They launched it Friday, I think.
That sounds absolutely amazing.
Remind me later, I'll send you a link.
Please do.
Truant Gamer in level 5.
Malkier
also threatens.
Malkier unable to go through the door, and we do not have super handlers.
Plus or minus 2 HP on the bosses, so pretty standard.
Truant Gamer finds a bomb upgrade, opts to buy it. Malkier has also found level 5, and he's going to opt to pop the door open as another main handler is seen in a corridor stair. Another tail gets a fairy for his efforts. He's probably okay with that, given he just bought a bomb upgrade.
Only a transport.
Honestly, 107 for +3 is pretty... It's not great, but it could be a lot worse. As long as 125 for +2 exists.
Would it be that easy to get back to the key, or would you leave the key for a minute and see if you can nano first?
I'd probably just take the key, honestly.
Fair.
You're not necessarily guaranteed to be able to Kanana key in any given situation, but having the key around, you can just come back to where you wanted the Kanana key later if you so choose anyway.
It's just one of those things that I tend to at least give some thought to. Do I want to leave this on the ground for reasons? And like one of my common ones is, hey, here's a bomb drop that's reasonably easy to get back to in this room. So maybe I don't need them right now, but maybe I want them a little later.
We're being asked how long for first sword on Restream. I'm saying
just
about...
found it, 8 minutes, 24 seconds.
Wait, there's a sword?
Yeah, Magic Friends just found the magic sword. So that was our first sword on stream.
You know what? You're right.
That's what was asked. We weren't asked when someone would get a sword.
Yeah, and oh well, there's the heart and 5.
You can't change the definition of what you asked for after the fact, Kairos. Even if you are a wonderful tracker who we appreciate.
I'm just gonna say it. You can't pick the bomb upgrade up truant. And by bomb upgrade, I mean bomb pack. So, I think we find Wood Sword at 45 minutes. And I say this from the standpoint of the runners may not heavily prioritize the Wood Sword at the moment, given they have Candle and can do a large portion, but not all of the dungeons with that Candle. This Melchior takes a bot from a Lionel Sword. A second bot from a Lionel Sword sends him back to start.
I was trying to figure out what kind of old man this is, and it's community hints, so that would be the hint room.
Yes. Truant Gamer finds a shiny piece of cheese.
Be our first Triforce on stream.
First Triforce before our first sword picked up. Feels good.
There's level 3 under a burn bush, so our overworld block is satisfied. Of course,
Not necessarily.
Only one, but it is satisfied.
Nope. I believe the overworld block specifically refers to the raft, ladder, power bracelet, recorder, quadrifecta. I don't think candle blocks count.
Alright, well that's going to be important to clarify at some point.
So Caffey's just going to go ahead and kill the gels.
I was just thinking because it was the Armos item. There's our recorder.
I think that would be... I think the Armos item is only for the wood sword blocks. Magic Friends has ran out of bombs with a manhandler running around. Recorder found for Caffey.
So that recorder in level 3 means Caffey should be done with this pretty quickly.
What's nice about the recorder is, because of extra bosses, there's probably more Digdoggers than normal, as Magic Friends gets a fairy. Truant Gamer goes the wrong way.
The small secret ends up being very nice at 17 rupees.
Magic Friends is the only person now still in level 5. Did not see an item out of there.
Again, without a sword, our exploration is still fairly limited, and the keys have been very limited so far.
Are we talking the blue flying bats, or are we talking the physical items that used to open doors?
Things to open doors with.
Ah, yeah, those don't exist.
Well, you can theoretically buy them in stores, but we need more money.
In an effort to balance the key door situation, we have removed the keys.
I was trying to think of a joke, but it's too convoluted to pull off what I was going to say, so I'm just going to move on. But I was thinking it.
Are we seeing that there is a white sword at the white sword item?
I did not see that, but...
Because if that is the case, whichever runner found that, unless it was Caffey with 3 hearts, would indicate that that's a 6-heart white sword. Level 2 and level 8 found at the same time.
8 we've seen before, but we didn't get much exploration of it. 2, I do believe this is the first time.
I feel like if you're looking for a dungeon to dig, you probably want to dig 2 first.
Well, I mean, 1 first, but then 2.
Hey, level 1 could be blocked. If you find a 2, you're not going to say, no, I have to go find a 1 before I dig the 2.
Well, I mean, if you find 6 first, you're not just gonna run off and try to find 2 first.
No, if you find 6 first, you're probably going to see the firing squad and say, I am coming back later. That's a landmo.
Somebody's been giving him too much caffeine again.
That's a raft. It's not necessarily an item you can ignore as much as you may want to. That was interesting that the burn spot didn't open that first time. Thought that fire was clearly on the bush.
Be a shame if he can't get that one hit.
Melchior is now in level 3, gets the map.
There it is.
Truant Gamer gets the landmouse down to get the raft safely without taking a death, given that the landmouse will kill him in one shot.
Yeah, specifically, he was killing off the one completely, and he had it down to just the head, so that when he leaves the room, it despawns both. Works out beautiful that way.
But now he's got to deal with this set of blue landmouse.
But this one wasn't blocking the raft, so not as big a deal.
Okay, you're going to get their recorder, and I feel like taking the hits from either a candle or the fireballs is much preferable. Oh, look, a manhandle and a beam mushroom.
Have you mentioned that there's extra bosses?
Guys, there's extra manhandlers. It's not extra
I had to look very carefully to confirm that this was not a segmented 2. But it may as well be.
We're hearing that it's also extra land molas in chat. I approve. So that room is going to be a bit tough to get through on 5 bombs. It is doable, but not exactly the easiest. Compass found for Truant Gamer shows that you have to go through the Dark Nuts to get to the Triforce. I don't believe you've seen the Hardened 2, but I doubt that's going to be gotten because, you know, the heart.
This could be tough to do with bombs, and he's really hoping for a good pattern. Try and get 2 of them at once with.
He's going to need at least 1 multi-hit because it looks like they take at least 2 bombs each. That's a multi-hit. Oh, no, they take 3?
Yep. In fact, I'm not even sure 3 was enough unless one of those was a miss.
One of them may have been a miss. The Dark Nut... Oh, hi, level 1!
Oh, there you go.
Okay, see, now you can dig level 1 before level 2, because Kathy has found level 1 first, and it's recorder blocked, which does satisfy the overworld block for sure.
Alrighty then. Yeah, I was specifically trying to follow one of those Dark Nuts, and I saw it take 3 bomb shots, or 3 flashes with a bomb shot, as Magic Friends gets that Triforce out of 3, and it wasn't dead, so...
Melchior's heading back into 2. I like this play from Kathy to go ahead and kill off this Dig Dogger. Gets very good patterning with the bomb, and gets the Dig Dogger down for a key. Very good fight.
It's level 1, so you also have to be very aware of the chance of a floor drop.
Oh, look! There's another Dig Dogger.
I'm not sure we formally mentioned that second quest rooms are on, but that's probably a thing we should mention.
Yes. And also consider that even without the second quest rooms being on, this is a drop room in level 1.
Yeah, that would be the wood boop. No, it wouldn't be the wood boop.
It would be a key normally.
Okay.
But hey, it's the map. What? Wait, oh, not segmented. That's a room of bunnies that I don't think anybody wants to go clear right now.
Levels 1 and 2 trying to be segmented tonight, and they just didn't quite make it.
Another Dig Dogger. But Kathy now knows
that
Dig Dogger.
ready to Triforce in this case.
I feel like you just pick up the Triforce and you go back in. This door cannot be pure wetted. Another Dig Dogger!
More.
This will be the stair item. It's not Dig Doggers! It's Fires! I want one of them to turn into a Dig Dogger.
I'm sorry, what did you just say?
I want one of the Fires to turn into a Dig Dogger so that every room in this level 1 can be Dig Doggers.
Well, now you're just giving Fred new evil ideas where the fires split into a random enemy instead of, hey, Silver Arrows! Maybe I shouldn't finish that thought. Let's talk Silver Arrows for Cavi!
That's a very good find for Caffey, and if there's also a bow here in level 1, that is a very significant advantage, because that is magic sword damage available to them. Look, if buying wood arrows would get you silver arrows, you'd buy wood arrows. Another dig dogger every scene.
I think we saw this one already.
Did we see this one already? No, this looks like a new room.
Wasn't this the Triforce one?
No.
Oh.
Yeah,
Sure.
This is dig dogger number 5. Okay, so apparently level 1 rolled all dig doggers.
Oops, all dig doggers.
No other enemies exist. It's just, like, the one room of Vires is a lie. That was actually a dig dogger split into 5 Vires.
It was 3 dig doggers in a trench coat.
Yes. Getting a compass for a Triforce that has already been picked up. That's a key. And not a dig... Well, it doesn't have any enemies, so that's allowed. This is not a dig dogger. It's also very, very tough to do.
When did Truant get a sword? Hi, Truant's sword.
Druin got a sword at some point while we were fixated on silvers and dig doggers.
Which was a fair thing to be fixated on. However, no one in chat corrected us either.
So the sword was somewhere on the overworld.
Indeed, somewhere in the world of Hyrule there is a wood sword.
I'm not entirely convinced Druin didn't just pick up a stick.
Maybe.
Ah,
Chopped
the
down a tree, carved it into a pointed edge, and said, "You're my sword now."
I like the idea in chat that it's just a Deku stick. And there's the other bomb upgrade in level 1, so it could be the Pole's Voice Room is the other item here in this level 1, but with silver arrows in tow, that'll become significantly easier if a bow is found.
So also, with second quest rooms on, does that mean they can potentially walk through walls?
No, that is a separate flag of second quest doors.
Fair enough. But it needed to be asked.
Yes. It is better to clarify than to assume and suddenly they walk through a wall. What?
We do have a nice turnout tonight, and we were commenting that that was probably in part people wanting to try these out in advance of the tournament, which you can find out more with !Z1R in the Speed Gaming chat, promoting this upcoming tournament.
So here's a little piece of logic for you. Looking at the enemies that are in this level 1, the only potential bomb droppers are Vires. And if I'm correct on the logic, there must be a bomb dropping enemy in every single dungeon, elsewise you could be forced to leave the dungeon. Therefore, I believe the Vires have to have 4 HP or less.
I could theoretically believe that. I remember in the early days, well, not early days, but at one point when Fred was playing with the max HP flag, I asked, well, what would happen if Vires were max HP? Because then, theoretically, you could never get a bomb drop off of them. And I think that's just an exception if you did that. You're doing it to yourself.
To be fair, if you're playing with max HP, you deserve it.
Yes. If you hate yourself that much, you deserve everything.
Caffey and Malky are both about to get a heart. Short Gamer still in level 6, gets the map, probably looking at it in disgust.
As you do.
Magic Friends is exploring the graveyard area.
So, we lack the ladder at this point, which we know gives us the book, which is the Atlas. And of course we need the bow, as far as go mode goes. I also don't think we have actually said that all 8 pieces of Triforce will be required to get into level 9, so let's throw that one out there now.
Malkier decides to burn the lake going into level 1. Did they try White Sword on 5 hearts? Looks like they're going to now. They just wanted to open that door up. You know, we will never know if that bottom door leading into level 1 is locked or not, because they come in from the bottom every time. Truant Gamer
So
cashing
just
in
say
the
that
ramp.
it is. No one will know the difference.
Sorry for cutting you off there. Truant Gamer cashes in the raft at the lake and finds that it is a whole thing of nothing. Consulting the Book of Armaments gets you a white sword for Malchior. So now the wood sword game is irrelevant.
Didn't
sorry.
act. These wizards are being unpleasant.
They're wizards. When are they pleasant?
When you have boomstick?
Are they really pleasant then, though, or do you just have all the tools necessary to make them not exist?
There's no difference in those two statements.
There is a difference in those two statements.
No, there's none. They're the exact same statement.
One of them implies that you're okay with their existence. The other one just assumes you want wizard genocide.
No, I mean there's no not wanting wizard genocide. It's not even a rational thought to not want to kill the wizards.
Hey, look, when wizards are in dungeons, I like when they're in dungeons because then I just skip half of the wizard rooms anyway. But I'd rather find a room full of 8 blue wizards than 8 blue dark nuts.
Depends on the room.
Open room.
Open room dark nuts are pretty bad.
Grid room, like what Malchior's in.
Block room is what I've always said.
Oh, dude, wizards are great in this room. Half the time they just teleport around on the blocks and don't bother you. White sword for Truant Gamer. Magic Friends is now in level 1, so it looks like everyone's gonna get their goodies out of level 1 here. Malchior and Truant Gamer may be able to get a little bit more because they can kill the Pulse Voice.
Yeah, we only saw the one item, though. We didn't get the other one yet, out of 1.
Correct. When Caffey was in there initially, they did not have a sword or a way to kill the bunnies. Which Magic Friends also has that same issue.
Did we ever see a hardened one? We didn't really get that much exploration. We just happened to get the silvers in the exploration that we did. Well, I say that, and we probably saw half the rooms. That's the magic boomerang sitting on the floor.
Malchior looks like they're going to go towards the north portion of 1 to save the key. I like the play, and they should know now that they don't have to look for anything but stairs. Caffey a little bit upset that they cannot pick up the white sword on 4 hearts. Speaking of stairs, Malchior's in the room, and speaking of 1, Truant Gamer's there, and speaking of swords, Magic Friend still doesn't have one.
And we still don't actually know where the wood sword is, do we? We just know that it was found.
Yes. Malchior sees silvers, is probably quite happy to see that those are there, and is going to save to make sure they don't get lost. Also, a quick Vohio is in order.
What now?
The magic boomerang was picked up.
I don't get the connection.
Well, there are certain runners that are known for preferring the magical boomerang over the wooden boomerang, and one of their things is often to save Ohio, as it is an emote.
Because it's a what? Well, anyways.
Anyway,
Caffey's exploring the world. Everyone else is in dungeons. Chad is happy.
and I say the best boomerang to pick up is the first one you find, and then you leave the other one there. Unless it's like an hour into the seed and you find a boomerang when you're looking for a ladder. At which point you probably just curse a monkey's offspring twice.
You should also burn it.
Well, I don't know if the magical boomerang is flammable, but the wood boomerang definitely is. Now, Malchior will have the advantage of having a sword already coming into this room. And that's the confirmation that they are 5 HP with the white sword, so at least 9 HP with the wood.
Yeah, that was really unpleasant. We saw earlier it was more than you can really do with bombs. And this is not a good room to try and bomb Dark Nuts in.
Antler seems to be saying never Boomerang, never Magic Shield, and never Chihuahua.
That sounds reasonable.
Yeah, I think I'd agree with that statement.
Although I like a good shield.
I like a good shield when I know I have to fight a lot of Wizrobes, or these kind of rooms if there's a lot of Beamos rooms.
Yeah, also if you're not a filthy screen wrapper, then Magic Shield is nice.
Well, I have some good news for you. If you're in level 9 fighting a whole bunch of Wizrobes, you don't gotta worry about screen wrapping because you can't do that in dungeons anyway.
I feel like anytime it comes to Z1, you have to say yet.
We found a sword.
So that's southeast. Oh, late. Well, late. First quest 8.
Yeah,
So it was, in fact, candle blocked.
that is lovely. I like everything about this sword.
We, in fact, got both of our blocks. There you go. That were allowed into the flags.
Melchior has decided level 5 is the place to be. Level 2 is boring. Also, they have everything out of level 2, so there's no reason to be there.
I just feel like we had to take a moment to appreciate the fact that both the possible blocks, we got them.
Hold on. We haven't seen all the blocks yet. We still haven't seen a Goma block. We've not seen a ladder block. We haven't seen a power bracelet.
The overworld blocks. Okay, we had a dungeon level. Got the overworld block, and we got the wood sword overworld blocked.
You can't change the definition of the statement after you've made it.
I didn't.
You said we've seen all the blocks.
No, I said the overworld blocks.
We still haven't seen all those, though. There's a power bracelet out there. There's another raft spot that hasn't been checked
The
yet.
ones in the flags.
According to the flags, yes. But according to the physical statement, no.
The statement was not physical.
Well, to be fair, you didn't actually type the words on a physical medium, so you're correct. It wasn't physical.
There we go. I'm technically correct.
The best kind of correct. Another hard for truer gamer.
I gave you that one to make you feel better.
Well, I appreciate it.
Level 2.
With a wood sword this time. Although I don't think they were in here before. I think it was Truant.
Yeah, Kathy obviously was in level 1. You got the Triforce and the Silvers. Still don't think we saw... Magic Boomerang. Never mind.
I like how the Gleeok refused to let Melchior do the cheese strat. The cheese strat for a Gleeok is if you have sword beams, you can stand in that right door, and it pretty much doesn't hit you until it does. That's a 5.
What is with this one-room bridge thing tonight?
It's not my fault that Ganon's like, aha, I can seal this dungeon off and make it multiple segments, but I have to be able to get out, so I need to put in this extra room.
Is this the 4th level that's done that?
I think so. It's either 3rd or 4th. Hi, Goma. How are you?
Let's see. This couldn't be blocking anything unless it's the Triforce itself. Well, no, there were bombs on the ground, so no, that's nothing.
But we have not seen where the stair item is yet, and it could be required to get to the stair item.
No.
Why not?
Because of which room it was. It was the southern room with the top segment.
I'm thinking a shutter door to go to the left.
That assumes you couldn't go down or up.
Correct. So we don't actually know if it blocks anything yet. There's a level 9 on Death Mountain.
Shocking turn of events. Magic Friends is closer to having enough enough hearts for magic than necessary for White Sword, and finally finds the Wood Sword.
And it looks to me like you can get around the Goma if you're willing to spend a key. However, there's a ladder block.
So, Chad asked us at one point how long it would take to get swords, and it took 33 minutes for all runners to get a sword on stream.
So now we have to ask the follow-up question. Will any of the runners get the magic sword? And if so, when will they get it?
Let's see, we saw it. I'm trying to remember where we saw it. Because first thing is, it has to be somewhat convenient to get back to before anybody's going to try it.
We're hearing from our tracker, Kairos, in chat that it is north of Start, which is pretty convenient. It's not far away.
Yeah, but then, like I said, when you turn Heart Shuffle off, I just feel like it gets a lot less common that you make a Mags play.
Come on, you mean you're not going to make a Mags play at 10 hearts when it's clearly 14?
What's that?
You're not going to make a Mags play at 10 hearts when it's clearly 14?
Well, I just mean I believe on average you're ending with less health.
That is true.
The dungeons for the heart containers.
Yes. Ooh. Well, this is exciting.
However, I will say that opens up a strategy play, tournament-wise. Like when you're in a Swiss matchup and maybe you think the other runner has a couple of advantages over you, you could go for the magic sword. Hi, Wood Boomerang at level 5.
Well, that's not exciting at all.
That play for more hearts and try to get a combat advantage if you think someone might be able to, say, navigate the overworld better than you.
And there's also the argument to make of the white sword. If you can reasonably deduce that white sword is either going to be a pain to get or is in 9, then you may say, well, you know what, I'm going to go make the play for magical sword, knowing that my other combat upgrade is deep in 9, and it may not be worthwhile to go get.
It is disproportionately going to be in level 9, because when required items can't be, there's only so many ways for the pieces of the puzzle to fit together. And
I would like to see...
those, but there is a finite number, so...
Still waiting for the perfect level 9 that has both level 9 items in it, but you don't realize that it has both level 9 items in it until after you've full cleared the dungeon.
I mean, it's as common as any other possibility when it's not forced.
A much rarer possibility is that you go through... No, wait, no. Well, with important items and 9 off, there's no way to be forced to double dip 9. Which is a shame.
We were doing Champion's Choice last year. I tried to talk somebody into doing that because it's like, that's just a neat little routing challenge that we don't see often. No one took the bait, though. Well,
Level
except
4...
people who were trying to get past Korea.
Magic Friends is unable to get past Wishrobe. Level 4 is brought...
We've seen this room at level 6. I feel like we keep coming back here.
Well, it's right next to Start, and you have to clear it to do literally anything.
Okay.
Also,
but
level
still,
4...
It seems like that's at least the 8th time we've seen it.
Yeah, probably. I would like to note that level 4 is brought to you by the power of Teal!
Okay.
It's a very Teal set that it might be painful on the eyes to some.
I guess that could be a thing. Chat, are you having fun? Is chat having fun? We need emotes to represent how much fun you're having.
I would like to make an observance that the only way you can go in 4 is ladder blocked due to that tea room. Thank you for observing the observance. I feel like Jade is a darker shade of green.
Alright, Caffey needs another hit or two to get past. It does.
Good job to Caffey on that kill. Drink Gamer has found a way into the tea room. This is a new development.
And staircase, which being 4, you would figure this is an item.
Let's watch this be the ladder.
Red ring. You'll take it.
Well, I don't think anyone's going to turn that down. Especially with that Rearman 6 that Malkier has once again been booted out of and is now going to leave.
I can think of exactly one scenario in which you would turn down the red ring. You've already beat Ganon, you're looking for Zelda, and you find it in that.
Oh, well, that was a better situation than I thought of.
In fact, I think I have seen that scenario.
I was thinking of Vanilla Second Quest, where you find it basically 2 rooms away from Ganon.
Well, if you want to do a low percent challenge like Lack was this last weekend, there's that too.
2Q low percent feels like you're just asking for trouble sometimes.
Well, he's Lack. That's what he has to do to challenge himself.
Oh, this is fair.
What is this for?
It's the lightning strike thing. It's like arc lightning.
No, it looks like the level was struck by lightning, and this is what remained.
I'm pretty sure this tournament is just going to give us all the weird shapes.
I think so. There is a relatively new maps algorithm in that I don't think we've had a tournament since.
Malkier is now in level 8.
So different things do happen now.
Most notably, 9 now shares the same 16x8 grid as 7 and 8. Instead of sharing the same 16x8 grid, but also getting its own 8x8 grid. On average, this makes your 9 smaller, your 7's a little bit bigger, and your 8's terrible. Oh wait, it was already terrible half the time. Well, apparently this 8 is full of money.
Yeah, let me know I got something right.
Look, you're going toe-to-toe with Landmo. Kills a Landmo.
Did True check that last key door? Key. Well, there's no possible way that comes back to bite you.
Look, leaving key doors behind has never been a runner ever. Like, that just never happens.
In the inconvenient out-of-the-way room that you don't want to walk back to.
That's at the end of the dungeon, and you've already found 2 of the items, and you're just looking for a floor drop in Heart Shuffle. It's never the latter.
Heart off of this one.
Well, I mean, it could just be another item out of 8. Unless, however, you're looking for Magic Sword, then the heart might matter. The game is clear.
I will say this, if you're truant and you've got that heart total, you probably should dig a little bit for another heart container just to at least give yourself a chance. The value of one more heart container is massive.
Yes. Well, I would say potential value.
Well, I'm going with value in the absolute statistical sense, and the chance of going from 0 to even 1% chance is massive. What's also massive is to find the ladder here in level 8 for Malkier.
Ladder will unlock level 4, will unlock some easier stuff in level 5, will unlock the book so that you have your maps.
And I feel like that's an automatic pickup. It's just a question of when, because I would go pick up the book just for level 9.
Yeah, I think having the map there is definitely preferred. Apparently, there are some folks that are not convinced 8 has the ladder. I think it has the spice rack.
Rick can go look for it in Spiral Cave.
Twice.
We're both getting timed out for that.
I'm just getting banned.
Love adventures continue from Malkier. We've been able to make some progress with our keys, but honestly, I don't think anyone's ever been as high as 4 tonight. Like, it's been low on the counts.
I'm not entirely convinced that that's not just the randomizer lately has been saying, no, you know what? Nobody gets keys. I think I've had one seed in the past couple where I got above 5.
Oh, just because it's been a few minutes since we mentioned this, this is a preview of the tournament flags that is upcoming. You have until Saturday, February the 26th, or 26th of February if you prefer, to sign up and have some fun.
And do note that signups close at 8 p.m. Eastern, which means for those of you that are in Europe, it may technically be the 27th at like 1 a.m. or something. Valkyrie fighting rooms and a potential staircase room. Kathy gets their 5th heart, so they can now go pick up the white sword if they so choose.
Druid is in the most common room of this game.
But does have the red rings, so we can kind of just face tank everything.
It sure doesn't hurt. How is it a little weird that the guy with the most hearts is also the one that has the red ring?
Nope.
Okay.
That's how that works.
Yes.
It's like the guy with
It's like
10
as soon
keys.
as we're up to 5 keys, the next thing's gonna be the magic key.
No, what's gonna happen is like everyone else is still gonna be on like 2 keys. Truant Gamer or whoever it is. Could be Malchior, could be Kathy, could be any of our runners. Suddenly one of them will get up to like 9 keys and then the magic key will just show up for them. We all know the magic key cannot spawn unless at least one runner has 8 keys in their inventory. At least I think that's how that works.
Relative to the amount of keys that you're finding. Like, if it's a good night where you're rolling around with 3 to 5 at any given time, then yeah, it's more like the 8 figure. If you've been got like 6 all the time, then you're gonna get up into double digits, and then it'll be there.
I think the most keys I've ever seen, now this wasn't a vanilla, was like 24 keys.
I think my highest was 13, and then I got the magic key.
Although, do note there are a couple of cases in vanilla where you have to command a key to get more keys. So by not picking up a key, you get more keys. Magic Friends is in level 7. Totally missed where that was.
I'm always sorry when people have to be in level 7.
Well, it is very gray. Malchior is up to 209 rupees.
Could start thinking about buying a blue ring if you wanted.
Dark Gamer finds another transport stair on level 6. Is going to continue finishing out this portion. Finds a golden piece of cheese.
I think Malchior got double bopped by the blue Wizrobes there and didn't get to see what was behind that bomb wall.
Back to start for them. Kathy is about to pick up a major defensive upgrade.
That's going to be a very welcome sight. Now, Kathy's got 6 hearts there, but at least 2 of those only happened in the last couple minutes. Like, it's been low health, and it's mattered for Kathy, so that should help things pick up a good bit.
And also not to be ignored is even the just aspect of you've been going through the seed and the combat's just been really tough, and then suddenly there's just like a light that breaks through the clouds above you of all the really tough combat that's like, yes, I can finally not have to worry about dying in 2 hits to everything.
Yeah, there's several hidden benefits. Like, for simplicity's sake, we talk about the blue ring doubling your defense. Well, it's actually more. Because that first hit won't always count. It's like half of a hit. So you can even still keep beam swords. And that's a big difference.
Absolutely. Like, the rings, I've become more a fan of a blue ring purchase lately. And I used to be very much anti-blue ring, saying that there's better things to spend your money on in almost every case. But I've come to appreciate the power of a good blue ring purchase, especially if the combat in the seed is just absolutely brutal.
Yeah, I'm not one to argue with people on what they pick up or don't, and I will commonly say you got to get whatever tool you need. Like that can be air quotes anything, but I've had times where I was tracking this in detail of progress people made by timestamps, and it's like in some cases it's we spent 30 minutes of slogging around, and then as soon as somebody got a blue candle, boom, 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 they're doing everything in 2-minute increments. That's what it took to open up the seed for them. A magic key, just the progress you can make through the dungeons sometimes. It's like whatever you need, and if that's the blue ring, get the blue ring. And if your opponent doesn't, oh well. Get what you need, not what your opponent needs.
However, I am also a fan of the 2-minute error purchase, when you don't even know if the bow exists in your seat. Well, okay, it exists, but it exists within reason.
Out of the way, Aquamentus has nothing for magic friends. You get nothing. Good day, sir.
Aquamentus awaits with a nothing.
That should be a community hint.
Yes. Well, no, wait, we already have Aquamentus awaits with a 1996 Dodge Caravan, so it needs to be a different dungeon. I got it. Manhandle it threatens with nothing.
Sure. We will never stop seeing this room in level 6.
Yes, we will. Eventually, the runners will get everything they need out of level 6.
It will haunt your dreams, Alsoa.
This game already does that enough.
Vakir did make the blue ring purchase, so defense doubled now.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, I find that even though blue ring is almost, like I was saying, even though blue ring is almost never super high priority for me to pick up, I'm not completely against it like I used to be.
Welcome to everyone checking things out tonight. This is our weekly for the Zelda 1 Randomizer, and we are having some extra fun tonight as we preview the upcoming tournament flags. And if you like it, then feel free to do !Z1R. And if we could get a mod to look at chat, please, that would be appreciated. Hope everyone is having some fun this evening as Truant explores 6, Magicson 7, Malkir's on the overworld. Finds the letter.
Well, they do now have the option to buy potions if, they get the money to do so, and also choose to go to a potion shop to turn in the letter. This may be an item in level 7 for magic friends. It is, and it's a wand.
That's a happy sight for someone on a wood sword because of the combat upgrade.
And because there is
that means if you pick up your Atlas, you are going to get Fire Wand, but I'd still do it.
Let's make a quick note that we have a reasonably high chance of a Goma blocked item in 6.
Well, we have to get the bow first, but we do also know that that can't be in 9.
It just means we get to see our favorite room again.
You mean the one that Caffey's in right now, and so's Truant, and this room will never end? There is only this room. There is no rest of the scene. There is only that room.
I'm just waiting for suddenly, like, the seed to break, and in 9, when you go to rescue Zelda, it's just an old man that says, go back to level 6. Just so we have to see that room one more time.
Alright, who's gonna find our next big thing? Which, at this point, bow is pretty big. So, let's see. Bow and power bracelet have to be outside of 9.
Correct.
So, what does that leave for us? We've got the second in 8.
We have the item in 4.
Second in 2?
No, we don't have the item. We do have... No, we've seen both in 2. We've seen the item in 2. We've seen the item in 4. We could just look at the tracker that's on screen.
Oh, yeah.
And according to that,
Hard.
but we're down to 9 has Magic Key and Heart by process of elimination. Which leaves 5... second and 8 and 6. Okay.
Yeah, so no extra... No keys to help N9 unless we find a key N9 early. So probably won't be too helpful tonight.
Now, crucially with this level 4, Malchior does have the ladder, so they can do everything in here in one fell swoop. And it looks like the old saying has come true once again. When you buy the blue ring, the red ring is the next item you'll find. Although, no, Malchior won't skip this item. He's got no reason to. Especially with bow and
like
power
I
bracelet.
said, there's one scenario. Well,
No,
the
I
other is
mean...
one hit KO.
No, I mean, well, yes. But one hit KO, you also... I mean, one hit KO is a flag that exists. I will say nothing more on the subject.
It exists. It's just out there that some people will do sometimes.
I don't think Malchior skips the item in 4 here. With bow still at large, knowing it has to be outside of 9, 7 still hasn't been found by them. For all they know, 7 is power bracelet blocked. We know that it isn't. In fact, we know power bracelet's not going to be required in this seed.
Yeah. But also from Malchior's perspective, this is the shortest dungeon remaining that he doesn't have the item for.
Right. And on top, and given that he's got the Triforce out of 8, he's probably very disincentivized to go back to 8 until as late as humanly possible.
I don't disagree with that logic, but I also think you have to do a little more nuance to your calculation in how many rooms do you have to explore. Like, if you've already done 2/3 of 8 and you only have to do 1/3 of 8 to find the item, that may actually be shorter than a whole different dungeon.
Perhaps. But the other argument then becomes... Well, yeah. Actually, yeah. There is no other argument.
Yeah, other than don't do math while I'm on Twitch, so...
No. You can do math while live on Twitch. I'll allow it.
It always betrays you.
We're hearing from the tracker that because of the Gomo that we'll see in level 6, they're predicting a Dig of 8 will be done before 6, followed by the immediate question of which Goma.
That is a good point.
I think, based on the knowledge that Malchior has, they may opt to hold off on 8 until they've done 7. Simply on the grounds that you have... What? Oh, we have a map of 7, speaking of 7. And what is that level?
I repeat, crowd control Tetris.
Okay, I'm just going to try to do a quick room count here. I see at least 14.
Well, we're going to let Elsoa break his brain right there, and I'm going to mention you may want to do !Z1R in chat to get more information about the upcoming tournament.
So 2 notes. 1, we have seen level 9, Truant Gamer saw it. And secondly, that is a 36-room level 7. If my count is correct, which it probably isn't.
There's the red ring for Malchior.
Probably shrugging a little bit because he just bought the blue ring, but also going to say nope.
Yeah, it's just, there's no reason to pass on it. There is our bow in level 8.
So, Caffey's actually in one of the stronger positions here.
Needs the ladder, so I won't call it go mode yet.
But they are in the correct level that has it. And they know that 4 is ladder blocked. And they have the red ring in here. And they can use bow and silver arrows, which is quite significant.
Yeah, I was also going to go back and point out that Caffey is the one who found the the silvers first. So both silvers and bow found first by Caffey.
Now the question is, if you're Caffey, do you continue to dig 8?
Well, you gotta have the Triforce out of here anyways, so obviously you're gonna be here for a while.
They're one room away from the Triforce. That's the problem.
At the very least, you gotta check the adjacent rooms, I think.
Yeah, definitely. And I don't recall how far away from the Triforce the ladder was.
Right there, dip over to the right, assuming he hasn't been there already.
Well, he's got to pick up the Triforce to get through the room.
Well, yes, but I mean the Dark Nut room where you had to fight the Dark Nuts to open it. Check that door real fast so you don't have to refight the Dark Nuts.
Definitely. And it looks like they're just going to leave 8.
I can't fault them for that play. We just know it's unfortunately not going to work out for the best.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, but not unheard of. We may see the same or similar play out of Truant Gamer if they get the ladder, but not the bow. Oh, but there is this white sword here. Caffey may go back to 8. Not entirely convinced they will, but may have opted to go back to 8 if... Oh, you know what? Caffey never saw the magic boomerang in 1.
Well, that's certainly a thing. If you haven't had a chance to burn it yet, now you will.
And you know what? I actually think this is perfectly fine to do. You have either an 8, which is a relatively large dungeon to go dig. Truant Gamer gets their bow. Truant Gamer has not found level 7 yet. And neither has Caffey, I believe. In fact, I think Magic Friends is the only person who has found 7.
There is your magic boomerang for Caffey. So finished with level 1 now.
So herein lies the question. Does Truant Gamer make the same play and opt to leave 8 on just the bow and say, okay, well, I gotta go to 7 anyway, I might as well look for a ladder in 7?
I think my absolute default is that I want to keep exploring 8 before exploring 7. And combat would be probably the only thing that changes my mind.
For speaking personally for myself, I've had more success digging level 8 than I have 7, generally speaking. So I'm more inclined to keep digging an 8, even if it's like 5 minutes into a seed, I'll start digging an 8.
Well, and I just look at it as what I was talking about earlier is it really is your room count. It's not even the level count. It's not a one-to-one thing. It's, do I have 15 rooms left in 8 versus 25, 30, and 7? Well, then the math on that case is going to be really lopsided to level 8. It's just not always apparent how lopsided it is.
Now, we're hearing that apparently Truant Gamer has both the ladder and the bow?
Yeah, then he'll happily take that Triforce and leave.
Yeah, I'd imagine at that point you're just kind of like, alright, peace.
Also, that Triforce pickup image was just classic. With the Gliok heads on the screen.
Yes.
Now, if you're seeing this and thinking, hey, this looks wonderful, this looks fun, I wish that Truant Gamer could pick up a magic sword on that hearts, but it's at least one too few. And you want to see more heartbreaks like that, where you don't have enough heart. Or maybe other heart-fulfilling, heart-warming incidents where people do have enough heart. There's a lot of fun ahead with this 2022 Zelda 1 Randomizer Tournament. You're going to be able to see many of those races here on the Speed Gaming family of networks. So, be sure to follow for lots of fun. Because we like having fun around here, don't we, Elsa?
Yes. Yes, we do.
That's why we're in the booth instead of racing this, right?
Exactly. And also do note that this is something that you can try at home.
We encourage it, in fact.
It is getting the official endorsement from us. Although, do be warned, the game will treat you as if you are just some random person. It does not matter who you are. You could be the Pope, or you could be not the Pope.
Those would technically be the... Well, actually, they're not the only options. You could be the anti-Pope.
Exactly. Although I don't know how it would treat the anti-Pope, because that hasn't been around for a while.
Can you try it at Starbucks? We won't stop you, but they may insist you buy something first.
You may also need to take your laptop to Starbucks.
Look,
Or I guess you could pull out...
what medium of gameplay that they choose. If they want to lug their desktop around, set it up in Starbucks. That's their business. That's between them and Starbucks, and I'm not getting involved. What I am going to get involved with is thanking Kairos for trekking tonight.
Okay, that put the image in my head of somebody like wheeling in a CRT in a wheelbarrow into a Starbucks, and that just became amazing.
Yes. All right, who is going to fill up this Triforce first? We got Malkier needing Triforce out of 6 and 7. Truant has just added 2 to his collection, needs 4 and 7. Magic Friends and Caffey need a little bit more.
I think it is going to be Malkier will fill their Triforce up first, but Truant will be the first to enter 9.
So what would you say has been your favorite flag on display tonight?
I'm going to say the Wood Sword blocks. Just because I like seeing Wood Sword in very different locations than what we normally would get.
It definitely does open up some different possibilities.
Magic Friends has found the Magical Boomerang at level 1. The Wood Sword was at Vanilla 8 tonight. Yeah, the red candle is the armor item.
I kind of actually like not having Heart Shuffle on all the time. So that change of pace is nice. And tonight being a bad example, I think it's actually going to make games faster on average.
So, the interesting thing with Heart Shuffle is Heart Shuffle rewards you for clearing more rooms. Non-Heart Shuffle rewards you for being... Well,
Judicious.
non-Heart Shuffle not only rewards you for clearing less rooms, but for being more efficient in your dungeon clears. But, as we've been mentioning throughout the broadcast, there is a downside of you have less health to work with, so if you don't happen to find a red ring early, or you're not able to afford a blue ring because the seed's money is like 50, 25, and 2...
Hey, guess which room Malkier is in? It will never end.
Look, we all know that you can always just buy a potion.
I almost feel like that borders on stopping and asking for directions.
What, buying a potion?
Yes. In a race.
Hey. Sometimes you gotta ask for directions on how to get to Toledo.
Turn left at Albuquerque.
But if you turn left... Wait. Okay, directionally, to put those two in the same direction, you need to be going north. And be east of Toledo.
I think I spent a week there one day. Thank you, John Denver. The original meme.
All the hints in this flag set are community hints, so there would not be a hint about a Goma block direct.
Not
Not
to say
in fact-
you get one that mentions Goma, but it wouldn't be a real hint.
Come on, we all know aim at the eyes of Goma is the best hint ever because it only has one eye.
But there's multiple Gomos to aim at. Malkier did pick up the book for what's left of 7 and 9. I commented early on that I would probably pick up the book just for 9. And I would, because it gives you an idea of which walls you might be able to bomb.
And also when they have to go back to 8. Which they're doing now. What are these levels?
This is the new shapes algorithm.
Hold on, I'm
New-ish.
gonna do a quick head count. Alright.
Okay, well, also uses his toes and or possibly an abacus to figure this out. Hi, chat! Any hi emotes in chat? Hello, hope you're all doing well. Aquamentus is not doing well, or won't be when Caffey is finished.
38 rooms. Technically bigger than 7, but not by much.
Okay, but 2 items, so...
At least the dungeon is not, like, very stringy.
A little surprised Malkir is killing this boss.
I could be looking for a key drop.
Maybe. Okay, I could see that. Chad, we're looking at a smallish 9. I wouldn't put money on it.
Yeah, I mean... Yeah, for all we know, 9 is gonna be, like, I don't know, 60 rooms. Wait.
Oh, yeah, I'm just
don't
looking
think that
at
works.
that 7. And that 8.
Well, we know that 9 is gonna be a nice giant chunk.
Yeah.
Spanning about 3 columns.
Feeling like the rooms are going to be broken up in such a way that it's going to be absolutely horrendous.
I think 9 is gonna be a piece of Swiss cheese.
I think you might be able to use Swiss cheese as a patch for this level 9.
Well, if you want to break your brain, when you buy more Swiss cheese, you're also buying more holes. Therefore, more cheese equals less cheese.
Fireball screen wrapped.
I'm often amazed at how easily the enemies can screen wrap in this game.
Yeah, we have to work at it. They just get to do it for free.
Yeah, like Pulse Voice, Wish Robes, Fireballs, Tektites, Patras.
Man, if you could screen wrap as easy as Tektites could, that'd just be amazing.
Yeah, but Tektites like break the game when they screen wrap because they just go off into the negative space so far above the HUD you can't even see them.
Well, it could be worse. The P-Hats used to break the game more than anything.
Oh,
Well, the Randomizer more than anything. When we briefly were in dungeons.
I thought you were going to say that the Tektites actually just start coming out of the ADS and you have spiders jumping around your house.
No.
So, Turing Gamer is still in level 7, looking for goodies.
The one is pretty good, but it's just about as disappointed as you'll ever be to see it.
Also, I still did not catch the location of 7. Maybe we'll see it on a cafe side.
I actually had a tracker open to mark them down, and then I forgot to ever mark any of them down, so that didn't work out too well for me.
Triforce in level 8 for Malkir. Triforce in level 7 for Truant. But I believe Malkir is going to have to go back in to get the bow. And they are going to opt to leave. It looks like it is the open cave on Death Mountain is level 7. So it looks like Truant will actually be the first runner to get their Triforce fully filled up. Gonna try Magical Sword to get on 12, and it does work!
It was just one more.
Truant Gamer, now with a diagonal sword, can wreck everything in this game.
That's just what it wants you to think.
Well, the Wizards aren't in dungeons.
Yeah, actually, the HP on what we've seen has not been too bad tonight. Blue Dark, that's slightly annoying.
We find our toll room. It's leave life or keys. Malkir is heading in the correct direction to go into 7. And I'm guessing they will not be very happy when they get the,
Behind.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was saying Magic Friends found the wood boomerang and left it behind. Failing to burn it, as you should.
Yes, especially at an hour 13 in.
That would be the appropriate time to burn it.
Melchior will probably be less than thrilled to see the wand in level 7. But don't let the apparent gap fool you, though. Level 9 could very easily change the fates of the runners here.
I will also say, I always try to look at things from a runner's perspective and why a strategy play makes sense versus not. Having the recorder to go back to a dungeon means that finding this dungeon was actually the harder thing to do. So, in that regards, I think it made a certain amount of sense that you could always just go back and clean up 8 for an item, then you could get here to 7.
And I think it is at this point that your notes about the room count metric is going to become very important for Melchior. Because Melchior sees this, and if he finds that Triforce early, there's incentive to go back to 8 before digging out the rest of the 7. Also, it appears the wand is in the little Tetris piece up at the top. Current Gamer has completed their Triforce. They are going to head to level 9. So what are we looking for in this lovely, nice, light blue level?
Fire.
Fire?
Yes.
Oh, okay. We're going to replace Ganon with a giant fire sprite.
No. But the kidnapped is going to be in a room with fire. So you have to find fire to be able to win the level.
But there's fire right there.
But the kidnap's not there, so you didn't find enough fire yet.
But what if I just use the red candle a bunch? I'd make my own fire.
Yeah, there's only one fire. That's the map, and that's 9.
Well, I guess the book isn't really that useful then. Because the map is free.
Well, you didn't know that before you got here.
Yeah, but it's still, the map is free. You're
I
gonna
will
skip the
stand
stair.
forever on my level 9 strats of I'm gonna explore staircases, but of course when you hear Ganon's roar, that's a different story. Truant's got the magic sword and the red ring. This should be a pretty routine game.
And also, crucially, has a ladder to be able to pick up the Triforce power after this room. Not like you didn't need the ladder to get here. Oh, wait, you did.
It's pretty important. Faster than you can say, here's Ganon. Ganon is down.
So now all that remains is to go find a princess, which more than likely is going to be somewhere hidden in the middle of the dungeon that nobody can get to.
And by the way, somewhere around here is the magic sword. There's the heart container, which should have just been picked up for the memes, but well, we'll forgive it this time.
It's okay. Jess Jerk will understand.
I didn't say that.
I did.
Well, I don't speak for Gesture.
I don't either, but I assume he will understand
You
the words
just
that were just
did.
said. Wait, what?
You just did.
I said Chess Jerk will understand. I never said what he will understand. I just said he'll understand.
I was so hoping Gesture would be lurking in chat and just say something like, I understand nothing.
Not yet. Might later on.
Alright, so now, with Ganon defeated, somewhere there will be a shutter door that automatically opens when you walk into the room, and that's where the kidnapped is on the other side. Also somewhere out there, there's a compass.
That's a Kappa. Truant Gamer has so much rupees that he doesn't even need to worry.
The kidnapped behind that boss, so you can instantly skip that room. Sorry for taking you off. I just made my point, so I wanted to make it.
Nah, that's fine. No, we might have to kill that Cleoc to go north. Instead, gonna opt to take the key door.
That could theoretically be required? Hide the bait block.
Bait block not required because there is no room above it. And I would like to see a bait block Zelda at least once in this tournament.
Well, it's always theoretically possible. I mean, when you look at the shapes we've gotten in these dungeons with the choke point rooms, that could easily have happened tonight.
So this is something to note about the Shapes dungeons. All of the holes in the map will actually be holes. There will be no hidden rooms like there are in the vanilla first and second quests. Of note, Zelda is in a hidden room in first quest.
Yeah, she's at the left eye, right?
Yes.
And the right eye is the compass?
Yep.
Okay, that's not bad for memory. I haven't done it in a while.
And then there's just a random room in the corner that happens to have a red ring.
Eh. Now, you will need that red ring for the Valentine's Day race. Also, when's the Valentine's Day race?
The Valentine's Day race is a race where you pick up all of the items that are red, and must finish the game with all of the items that are red in your inventory. This includes the red potion, the red meat, the red candle, the red ring, the red sword, the red bow if you happen to have the red sprite as your sprite. I don't actually think you need the boomerang. The red power bracelet, the red book.
Fantastic explanation, but I asked when is it?
Oh, I thought you were asking what is it? Oh, and all 16 of the red hearts. It is going to be on Monday the 14th, which is Valentine's Day.
So be sure to join us for that fun then. Are you racing it this year?
Depending on the start time, probably not.
Aw.
Just because I'm gonna have work the next day. So if it starts too late, I don't necessarily know if I will have time to do 100% seed. That's a compass for Truant Gamer, conveniently located 3 rooms away.
Well, it is nice to know when you're heading in the right direction. But probably already had like 2/3 of the dungeon cleared at that point. And that is going to be lots of fire for Truant, just like I promised. GG.
GG's to Truant Gamer, official time of 1:20:59. That will be enough to take a 7th place finish this week.
That is just the way it goes. And then you go through all of that. Then you pull up the race room as Kathy finds the ladder. And you find out somebody just absolutely destroyed the seed. So we had Fury SK sub-hour this one. He did it in 59 minutes, 45 seconds.
I am legitimately not surprised by that in the slightest.
I'm thinking he maybe got the sword early and probably got through 8 faster than most. Because if you had that ladder, I think that would make a big difference. But we had Sighthound finish in 2nd, we had Chest Jerk in 3rd, Random Effect in 4th, Bogey was 5th, then we had Shaddy, then Truant Gamer, and I just want to tell Fred good luck, we're all counting on him finishing in 8th place. Hi, Truant!
Hi there.
So welcome to the post-race commentary booth, where we get to see all of the stuff and things happening in real time as Melchior is still in 7.
Were you scared of what level 9's shape was going to be like after that 7 and 8?
No, I was just hoping that I would never have to set foot in 6 again.
Entirely understandable. We have seen this one room that Magic Reds is back in about 50 times tonight, give or take a few. The first one with the blue Lionels.
If anybody wants a fun project out at home, sum up the total amount of time the runners spent in that room.
Guaranteed to be more than any other room in the game.
Not even the start screen gets that much screen time.
Alright, Truant, so this was obviously a preview of the upcoming tournament flags. What kind of reaction you got to it?
I like them. I feel like they're simple enough that anybody can jump in them, but there's a few of the added difficulty caveats, like the hidden sword or black sword and guaranteed black dungeon, that it should make for a good tournament.
Malkier has elected to go ahead and finish taking out 7 instead of head back to 8. I'm guessing they don't have very many rooms left of 7. And I've done the internal math on their head to say that this is a better dig than 8 at the moment.
There you go again, trying to force that math on people. Gaffy's going to grab the Triforce out of level 5.
I feel like the math is math meme is waiting to happen with me. Malkier has seen the Triforce at a level 7. Magic Friends is now back in level 2. Gaffy is back in level 2.
Many signups for the tournament so far? I'm not sure. It should be on the page that's linked, so let's get that again.
So, Truman, how did you feel about 8 being completely stacked with items that were required?
I was mad at myself for not going back there sooner. I found it a little later than I probably should have. I didn't feel like digging it at the time. I was hoping to find, I think I was still looking for 4 and 7, so I was kind of hoping 4 would pop up somewhere and be an easier time, and then I just kept putting it off, and finally realized I need to get back there, and sure enough.
Malkier's picked up the wand out of level 7. They are now headed back to the Triforce and probably going to be grumbling their way to level 8.
So you did not go back for the book. So I guess you don't deem it worth it even if it's... I guess you don't deem it as worth it just for 9.
Part of that was me forgetting that it was over there, and I didn't feel like going back for it at that moment. It worked out this time because the map was fairly easy to grab. If I would have probably been paying attention, I would have went back for it, but I think at that time only first place was finished, and I was hoping to just get in there and try and gamble on something fast.
Well, I must say, your 9 did appear to be pretty quick. Relatively non-complicated path to Zelda, by which I mean less than 2 required magic stairs.
I'm glad the overton window on that has slid so far that 2 stairs is considered simple or easy.
I mean...
Cue the astronaut meme, always has been.
I may or may not have done a seed earlier today that had multiple magic stairs lead to the compass. Not Zelda, the compass. So as far as I'm concerned, anything less than 2 magic stairs is good for me. Your mileage may vary on that overton window. Triforce out of 2 for Magic Friends. They just need the Triforce pieces out of 4 and 8. And Caffey only needs the Triforce piece out of level 4. They actually have everything they need to complete the seed at this point. I just don't know if they found 4 yet.
No red rings, so probably not, because I don't think there's anything particularly blocking that.
So we were talking about... No, they do have the red ring.
Is that blue?
I believe they're running with Sprite Color Shuffle.
Fair.
They may be looking for another heart to try to get the magical sword, actually. Which I don't think is a terrible idea on paper at this point. Because you think about it, you're at 11. And assuming they tried it at 11, they say, okay, well, they probably have a heart left on the overworld that they haven't gotten. They figure if they can just get that, that'll be enough. Magic Prince is now an 8.
So, Druid, any thoughts on the Valentine's Day race?
I didn't even see that.
Well, it's not Valentine's Day yet.
No, but I guess I didn't even think about it either, that was coming up.
Well, there's your fair warning.
Shame on me, I guess. I believe that's the one that's Gather Everything Red.
Yes.
Alright, that'll be fun.
Think about it this way. You're guaranteed a magical sword and a red ring. You're not guaranteed to be able to get those before level 9, but you're guaranteed to be able to get them. Actually, I guess you would be able to you would be guaranteed to get at least one of the two before 9, based on the fact that there can't be 3 items in 9. And you would need like 4 items in 9 to guarantee both, but to not be able to guarantee that. And 4 items in 9 sounds like a lot unless you turn on minor item drops. Caffey has gotten their Triforce out of 4. They are eligible to enter level 9, although I don't believe they know where it is. Now, there's a very real possibility, sorry about that, that with Caffey having picked up everything and having everything they need to go into level 9, they could very well sweep this out from under the other runners' feet, even though they had a little bit of difficulty in the seed early.
Level 8, a dog with a tail. I don't know that I would do that to a dog. You know what? I think that's a bunny. That's a bunny kind of sitting up a little bit.
I thought it was just a hat. With like a little wide brim at the bottom, and the other side of the wide brim is cut off by the fact that the map is only 8 tiles wide. Caffey has made their way into level 9. They will need to pick up at least 1 rupee in the dungeon, but I imagine that's not going to be too difficult to manage.
I have to say I like that Ganon placement today.
Was fairly convenient, it seemed.
That, and if you weren't paying attention, you would have been a while before you found him.
Caffey does.
That happened to a couple of people. Who knows?
Caffey has managed to get a ladder clip. Actually, not really. So I believe Caffey is a little bit of a newer runner, so to see them doing ladder clips and such is a really good sign to me. Malcure has gotten their bow. They're going to be headed to level 9. Looks like we have a bit of a race between Caffey and Malcure at this point.
And just as a reminder, Caffey, of all of our on-stream runners, was the first to find the silvers and first to find the bow. Probably the biggest difference for Caffey was not finding the ladder.
I would agree with that. But even then, Caffey's been, to me, performing very well in this seed.
And here's Ganon.
Malcure's going to opt to buy a blue potion. Bow for Magic Friends. This race between the 3 remaining on-stream runners has tightened up quite a bit in the past few minutes.
This is not how we often see our Ganon strats done, but this is a very solid plan that Caffey has taken and has led to very few hits. Ganon hits, that is. So even though not able to secure the stun lock, it was a very solid strategy and it worked out for the kill.
And I personally find that if I have a red ring and can afford to do so, that is one of the 2 strategies I'll go for. Another one that I've at least personally done in the past is the one where you kind of stand in the center, kind of aim left to hit Ganon.
Now, if I get the health, I'm always going to go camp bottom left and let Ganon come to me.
Caffey has found the magical heart container in level 9. Malcure with a little bit less health coming in. In so much as they've only got 9 heart containers to work with, but not going to opt to bomb down. At least not yet. They may come back and do so.
Well, one of the things you want to remind yourself of is even if you can ladder clip through this room, that's not in logic then. Like, this is logically not required to pass this room to be able to get to Ganon or Zelda.
Yeah, that, and I want to point out too that this may be one of those instances of the book coming back to bite you, because I picked up the map in that room, saw I could go down, tried it, and got down there, and walking in there already, you might just think, well, I'm not even going to bother.
Right. You may say there's a stair, or even that, well, there's no way Ganon's down there. I'm going to go check that upper left corner because that's a one-off room first. Now, Caffey does take a stair, and that puts them looks to be a little bit closer to Zelda, although they don't know where Zelda is at the moment, so they're just checking rooms.
I'm always in favor of taking stairs at 9. You might find the magic key. And for all you know, looking at the times of finishers, that key shortage might be an issue. You know what else might be an issue is actually rupee count. That's probably something we need to watch for Caffey. Got the fiver. Fortunately, Pulse Voice are very good about dropping money.
Magic Friends is making their way to the Triforce room in level 8.
How about that high five from Malkier and Caffey in the same rooms at the same time?
They both are technically on sort of the right-ish path to Zelda in so much as they gotta go look for Zelda. But the key difference being the Caffey has killed Ganon already.
Going for the double stab technique using the wand, and that's leaving a lot of fire, but since you've already been north of that Gleeok, there's no advantage to fighting it.
Fire's a minor detail. Getting a Kappa from the old man. Malkier finds the bait block.
None shall pass. I think that would be more appropriate even because of how easily it's defeated.
Yes. Malkier is opted to up A, does not have any keys. This lack of keys could be a good thing for him now. He decides to try to bomb around a little bit.
Finds the map.
But opts not to try to bomb down. At least not yet.
Caffey got some bombs from that Gleeok. That may pay off.
Malkier finds a reverse C. I don't know if we've been in this one yet. As Caffey's going to opt to jump back through the stair, back towards the lower portion of the dungeon. But they are going to find this bomb all over here. Now we'll take them to another reverse C. So Malkier heads up in what I believe to be the direction of Zelda. In fact, I think Caffey is just a room or two behind. Oh no! Malkier has the compass, is going to find the path to Zelda, but does not have Ganon defeated yet.
A solid strategy of go in the direction of the compass and then make the game stop you. Because if you not enter, then you get both jobs done.
Yes, I agree with the strategy. It just happens to be.
And there's the missing piece for Caffey. Compass obtained.
And Caffey does have bombs, very important. Although I imagine they will bomb towards the end. Now, Magic Friends gets their Triforce out of level 8. They are just needing the Triforce out of level 4, and they'll be eligible to enter level 9. Caffey does bomb the wall as Malkier finds another transport.
And GG's for Caffey. Give us play at GG's, chat. That is going to be good for 11th place. We've had Eat My Steel finish in 9th, Homer Chase Smash in 10th. Then we got Caffey with still plenty of runners going here.
And a really good showing from Caffey.
Yeah, obviously this is an easy seed to have that kind of time, and there was nothing free about this one unless you just magically found the right path in 8 early.
But even then, the seed wasn't necessarily free. It was just less painful.
Also, apparently Phantom Train from FF6 was the recorder theme tonight.
So we have Magic Friends heading back to level 4 to grab their Triforce. I do wonder if Magic Friends does make a play for the magical sword before going into level 9. I would guess that they do based on its close proximity to start. Now you're looking for the path to Ganon. We know it's right next to start. He does not.
Little things can make such difference.
Wanted to quickly say have a good night to everyone else. I gotta head on out of here now.
All right, have a good night, Truant.
Thanks for having me.
You know, somebody just asked about that in chat, where the magic key was. Now we found it. So we have seen 100% of the items tonight. If you don't count hearts as items.
It actually looks like this is Magic Friend's first time in level 4. Malcure has left 9. I'm guessing to get a health refill?
Hi, Caffey. How are you tonight? Not sure. Caffey may have stepped away to recover.
Curious. I wonder if Malcure saved.
What would Valkyr be leaving for? I can't imagine what you would leave for. Oh, to get bombs? Bombs is a thing.
Now Malcure's headed back to the right side of 9, very much committing to not checking that left side.
I don't like that for the same reason I said before. You're seeing that, and you have to remember, just because you can cross it doesn't mean that's what the game wants you to do. That's not required. There is another path. It's something you gotta at least put into your mind at some point.
In fact, this should be the transport that leads to that path.
Probably, which means you worked it in reverse. So... It's important because it can speed things up for you, depending on how a level goes. But you also have to think of your logic and realize that, oh, this is not what the game wants me to do.
It appears Magic Friends is missing a very important item in the ladder.
Hello? Can you guys hear me?
Ganon Triforce without the ladder in this one? I mean, depending on where it spawns, right?
Malcure has found a path to Ganon. You need the ladder to get to level 4, and we can hear you now, Kathy.
Okay, good. Sorry, I had to change some settings. Sorry about that.
No problem. We're happy to have you. It's crazy night.
Oh man, that 8 was not fun.
So this is my first time getting to meet you. How long have you been doing Z1 Rando?
I've been off and on since May of last year. Mainly been playing casually Consternation stuff. So this is my first weekly, my fourth race overall.
Well, we're very happy to have you, of course.
Yeah, thanks for commentary and whoever's tracking.
Kairos doing our tracking tonight. We're always glad to have Kairos around.
He's been, like, the MVP for the past month.
Year.
So, outside of the whole level 8 situation, the scene was, like, kind of weird in that it said, here, have some silvers, and then just have, like, none of the other stuff you need.
Yeah, I had to do some a lot of digging, and the ladder blocks did not help, especially when not finding that that ladder. I found the bow, and I gambled, hopefully that it wasn't in there, and I was wrong.
Actually, as far as our on-stream runners go, you found both silvers and bow first.
Well, that's a nice consolation, I guess.
Means you did something right.
You also did have a lead on Malchior. Well, let me rephrase. Malchior had a lead on you going into level 9, but you found the path to get in significantly quicker as Malchior is about to rescue Zelda.
That's the way it goes. I was worried I was going to run out of keys, and I did. Luckily, it didn't burn me in the end.
That's the fire's job anyways. I'm sorry, my jokes get worse the more tired I get. Actually, that's not true. 4 a.m. I'm very funny.
Malchior has finished with an official time of... Let me pull it up here.
1:45. We also had King Doll slide in there and lucky number 13. Hi, Valkyr.
Oof.
Chad has insisted I tell you one thing. You could have bombed down
okay.
and got to Ganon.
Oh, that's impressive. I didn't.
You found the
Oh,
old
from. Okay, I see. I could have bumped down from.
Yeah.
Okay, well.
Yep.
Chad insisted we point that out.
Thanks,
So,
chat. Yeah, when I saw, I'm like, okay, not spawning at the bottom. I've seen that before, but I'm like, something actually being below me. Never seen that before.
So, we'd like to gather your thoughts on level 8.
Let's see. Okay. I can't remember what my health was. I knew I was only halfway through that 8, and I'm like, normally I dig 8, but my health must have been low, or I must have struggled my way through it, and I was frustrated. I was like, I'm out. Whatever. I'll find it in 7 or something. I was metagaming just a little, and it's like, it must be early in 7 for people to be sub-hour. And then when I found 1, my heart sunk.
Yeah, unfortunately, I found one super early, and then I decided to dig everything but 8 to find the ladder, so...
Gotcha.
Yeah, I
How
did the same
fast were people getting their... How fast were people getting their swords?
We had one in the first.
I think I had mine like at 30 minutes.
Yeah, 24, I think it was?
Yeah, when I had quick red candle, like, that was the one thing I thought I did right this seed. Getting the warps, finding my way to Lost Hills early, and checking all the Armos, and it's like, oh sweet, red candle, let me just go into dungeons. And then I was reminded extra bosses was on, as I saw every Gleeok in existence.
Mm-hmm.
And Dig Dogger.
Yep, and, oh golly, level 1 was like, oh,
All Dig
we're
Dogger.
double checking if you had the flute.
It's like, yeah, it's like, I'm pretty sure you walked in on just the Dig Dogger convention.
Yeah.
Yeah. I killed a bunch of dig darters with like red candle, and then I think it really screwed me up because I was like, oh man, I'm clearing like these random items in this dungeon. So I found the recorder and I found the raft, and I'm like, man, it'll be sweet if I find like items at these spots, and then like the recorder leads to one and the silver. I'm like, wow, I'm so far ahead. Nope. Nope.
I mean, you were until you weren't.
Right. You know, you're always ahead until someone else says it's not done, right?
Exactly. Nothing's
Yeah.
required until it is.
Oh, I found 9.
I mean-
I just now found 9.
By the time I went back to the beginning of 6 for like the 4th time from being Goma locked or other kind of lock, and it's like, I know I'm not ahead.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that room is just permanently like burned into everybody's TV screen now.
Which room?
That first room of 6.
I
Yeah,
didn't
I was
struggle
hoping
with
for a
that.
quick item. That was not fun.
Like, it was challenging, but I didn't struggle with that part. I kept getting to the back end of 6 and fighting like bunnies with Lionels in quad shooter rooms, and it's like, yeah, screw this noise. Oh my
Yeah.
god, guys, I almost didn't finish. Like, okay, bombing down to Ganon, that's great. Maybe I'd eventually found that. Don't know. I spent my last key to get that any key.
You were the only one of the 4 runners that did pick that any key up.
Huzzah! There you go. That's for you, chat.
Yeah.
Because everyone else just went up, left. Oh, hey, how do you get down? Herpter.
Amazingly, though, in spite of all of that, the magic key was not picked up when somebody had about 13 keys.
Wow.
Yeah, like, I don't think there was
How
a key
does-
count above 4.
How
Did anyone get 13 keys in this seed?
No, no one did.
No one did.
I was about to say.
Saying it was low counts all night.
Yeah,
I was
so
key start the whole seed.
Oh, it's definitely what killed me because I could have gotten the ladder like 30 minutes beforehand, but I only had one key when I was running around level 8, and I knew I needed a key for level 4, so I was like, I can't use this key, I can't use this key, I can't use this key, and of course, I needed to go one more spot, and I needed to open one more door so that I could get actually anywhere in level 4 that mattered. So I ended up going into 8 at least 3 times, if not 4 times. Because the last time was literally to spend one key, walk down one square, and get a door.
Ooh.
Well, I'm about
I
ready to
almost-
collapse, so anybody have final thoughts tonight?
I wish Important in 9 was on. I would have gone for Bow and 9 so fast.
I feel like I actually moved a lot better today, but my brain still doesn't know how to play this game. My fingers do a lot better than they used to, because I killed like a ton of 4-headed Gomas in weird room, or 4-headed Gleoks in weird rooms that don't make any sense, and was like, oh, great. But my fingers, my brain still doesn't know how to rando.
My combat was awesome. I was making so much progress on just 5 hearts green tunic. It's just absolutely every wrong decision one could make with routing.
What's not a wrong decision is for people to check out the tournament page for the 2022 Zelda 1 Randomizer tournament. Sign-ups are open now! You could be one of the first 20 to join, assuming 2 people haven't joined since last time I looked.
the special prize for being in the first 20 to join is to say you were in the first 20 to join.
Yes.
Tonight has taught me how evil these spikes can be. The last one of these I ran, I did a 112. And now I got a 146. Oh, bro.
Variance is real.
Variance is very real. But thank y'all for commentating, tracking, and following that nonsense.
Yeah, thanks, friends.
Thanks, guys.
Shout out to Kairos, who's always in my stream when we're not running this as our tracker, because he's always doing a great job behind the scenes, too.
Yeah, Kairos the bomb.
He's the bomb upgrade.
Ah,
It
got
can
him.
be both.
Yeah, well,
But there's nothing
Is he,
saying he can't.
is he a 2-bomb upgrade or a 6-bomb upgrade?
6.
He is the boomstick upgrade.
Oh, that's a real
Right.
upgrade.
tonight
Yep.
was a +3. Bingo.
I think I got both of them tonight, yeah.
Alright. I gotta go have sweet dreams about something besides this seed.
So the first room of 6 got it.
Again, that room did not trouble me. Oddly
Yeah,
enough.
You only saw it like 80
saw
times.
I just saw it many times.
Exactly. It's burned into your retina.
There you go.
All right. Thanks, friends. Have a good night.
Good
See
night,
y'all. Have a good
everybody.
evening.